let's imagine the evil. So I thought at one point they could be playing this really nasty game and my kids' lives were at stake, Taraji P. Henson, or it could be just a play. But let's just imagine, Taraji, that every time I did this, they did that. So, like right now, me arguing about a pedestrian ticket, let's imagine my son being a fucking pedestrian in the middle of nowhere, arrested by some police officers because his dad said, ha ha ha, I told you don't fuck with your mom. And again, my mom, couldn't really save him. So, let's just imagine him playing the pedestrian game. Travis Glamke, right? Stephen Kojos, huh? You know? What was the other one's name? Stephen Kojos, Travis Glamke, and Scott Zerden. Like that day, Taraji, when I was picking my son up and I was taking him to that home in Fridley, AC, Michael's cousin AC, and I'm thinking my son's going to work on AC's construction company, the one that Shayla said built that place out there on that road by Sharks down the road from the Georgetown apartments. And as Shayla's telling me about AC and the contracts he's getting, I'm thinking, well, maybe my son's learning construction through AC. I thought maybe he's getting up at this hour going with AC. And then the conversations about deer running in the woods, the shit I was hearing on the radio, Shed, Q-Bear, the way my son was acting, looking, and the way Shayla was acting, looking, AC, I thought maybe you couldn't control what the other white boys did, AC. And they had my son out there like a fucking deer playing games, AC. That tar baby, right? Oh, it's just in fun, Sharon. Bap, 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 bap. Now he's running like when he was in the jail with the cookie. Y'all think that shit's cute? I don't think that shit's cute. I think it's kind of terroristic. It keeps a person in a heightened fear of people, right? So then they can't go outside and function appropriately because they don't know, what's going to happen next, right? Kate Spade, Diana Wilkie under demeanor. The demeanor of a person would just be over the top. Don't you think, Diana? If somebody locked you up in a jail cell, gave you a laced cookie with ginger that made your tongue itch, your throat itch, and you felt like you were dying, and now you get to call your mommy. You get to call your mommy. And your mommy, what can your mommy do? What can your mommy do, Ilhan? Your mommy can't do nothing, can she, Ilhan? No, they got that little nigger boy out there in that, jail cell and scaring the daylights out of him. Like when they picked him up, we was on our way to Safe Flight. And I'm hearing all the windshield commercials and all the crash commercials and shit. And all these things on my internet are making me think a type of way as my son is learning from Safe Flight, Michael Cooper Sr. Nah, I ain't on crack, Michael. I'm just thinking Andrea was the shit for you. You thought that little hot tamale and her dick-sucking judges was going to be all that. So as my son was learning Safe Flight, Michael, I thought that he was again showing him up. That he ain't you. That he's actually a smart individual, like his mother. And he wasn't nothing like you at all, Michael Cooper Sr. And you wanted him to be like you. Remember, Michael, as Michael was at Cooper High School, just got there, Michael. And Michael's calling me. I talk about this nigga want to fight, ma. I'm sitting here talking to Brandon. This nigga's trying to pick on me, cause a fight, make me get up out my seat. What should I do? I'm thinking, well, son. So I said, well, son, you just got there. If you feel the need to whoop ass, ain't too much I could do about it. But if, you can't just ignore the nigga. Exodus was his name. Right, Brandon? Huh, was that his name? Exodus from Florida? I can't remember, Linda Baker. But, as my son said that, and his dad's fight, 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 right? In my dining room, taking a day off, Amani. Kind of like when your motherfucking grandma, Amani, called and said, no, me and you had a contract. You said that me and you had an agreement. I said, bitch, I don't even know your name. And when you get off work, call me. Where you say you work again? Minneapolis Public District number 1. Well, are you there at work with these people? Because I'm suing them right now. Wasn't I Michael Cooper Sr.? So was Amani's grandma lying, talking about how we had this fake-ass contract? So I called Sue Masick. I said, Sue Masick, I think they're trying to lie and say I was keeping teenagers and I wasn't, Sue Masick. I think they're trying to slander my name, Sue Masick. Something about the way things was feeling, Sue. Sue said, well, Sharon, if you feel a type of way. So I said, all right. So I fired Amy Jane Getz, who said Michael Cooper Sr. didn't need to be a witness. Right, Michael? Amy subpoenaed you, and then you said every time she called, you couldn't answer because she was driving the bus, and then you called her back, and she didn't answer the phone. And then now you're talking to me in Amy's office, and Amy said what? Her and Karen Washington? They didn't need you no more? Or I didn't need you? Which one was it? Huh? I'm curious, Amy Jane Getz. Was it too important to separate the weed smokers from them good children who deserve all that good schooling? Huh? Are their parents paying taxes? Did they get them jobs where they're making $15 an hour? Are they all at home homeschooling now, meeting the requirements under homeschool? Did we get an involuntary shutdown because you voluntarily discriminate through people like Judge Rao? I thought about that, Kim, Keith, how we got a voluntary shutdown because you involuntarily refuse to stop discriminating. Did I say that right? You got a voluntary? Yeah, we volunteered to shut down because we're going to keep discriminating.